Hi Aries, I'm Jude. Welcome to your weekly reading. I hope you've been well. This is a reading for the week of the 8th of January, Aries. And to start with, we'll look at what's been going on for you and then we'll look at the week of the 8th. And if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. All right, so let's get going for you, Aries. Okay, a lot of emotions this week. We've got the little Page of Cups sitting under here, which is this just lovely, joyful feeling. Yeah, followed by the Three of Cups, which is a lot of celebration and happiness, getting together with friends, having a good time. You know, maybe even just a couple of very close friends who are good emotional support. And the Four of Cups also came out after this. And that's a sense of, you know, understanding who you are emotionally and, you know, you're not accepting the body language here with this little character has his arms folded and is not accepting this cup that's being offered, because it's kind of like, you know, what you like and who feels good for you emotionally, but there is an offer that's showing up here. Now it could be an offer, some type of emotional offer, so it could be the offer of a relationship. It could be the offer, if you're single, perhaps there's someone who's reapproaching you. Maybe they've approached you before. It could be like an apology being offered. Let's have a look. So, the week of the 8th of January, let's see what we've got here. More emotions, showing. We've got Temperance and the King of Cups. Yeah, okay, the Page of Swords. Oh my gosh, look what's underneath again. Page of Cups, once again, under the deck. There's 78 cards in that deck, and I was shuffling them. So that's kind of curious. There could be something around, often the pages can be about children in our lives, in our world somewhere. So there could be an aspect of that for you. Obviously, because these are general, it's going to be different stories for everyone. But let's have a look. So, with the Temperance card here, you could have Sagittarius in your energy, but the Temperance card says you find emotional balance again. So, it's interesting after this, and we spoke about those cards and how maybe you weren't ready to accept that. It feels like whatever this is comes back into balance, back into healing. The Temperance card is about sort of that gentle healing, giving yourself time to come into emotional balance. And the King of Cups says this is the emotional mastery, and, you know, despite what the turbulence might be that's going on around you, you stay calm. The King of Cups is very kind, very compassionate, very emotionally mature. Yeah, it's a beautiful energy. So it's like after that sort of whatever the startup of that all was, it's like you come into a very good place in yourself emotionally. And the High Priestess says you're very in alignment here. You are really listening to your higher self and your intuition. For some of you, you might be looking at shifting house, changing address, moving on. But it does feel like there's a lot of passion and enthusiasm here about moving forward. And with this little Page of Swords, you know, there could be some news coming in, a phone call, an email, but something here that sets a lot of talking going. Yeah. It's interesting, yeah, because there was such a focus on the emotional energies, and then it's like you come back into balance here, and you are sort of very centered, I feel, very in alignment with yourself with that High Priestess. And then the Knight of Wands says you get very fired up and passionate, enthusiastic. You could also have a fire sign around you, another one, like Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, because a young energy, you know, like an 18 to 30 sort of something year old fire sign with that Knight of Wands, who maybe comes and shares some information with you. What's the challenge here for Aries, please? A whole lot came out, so I'm just going to... Okay. Underneath is the Wheel of Fortune. So it does feel like, you know, something... there's the potential for some new energies to come in here. But the challenge is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit talks about being still, doing a bit of an introspection. It's not dissimilar to the High Priestess. And when I put them down, they were like that. So there's a feeling here of this being the challenge of listening to what your guiding star, your higher self, is suggesting. You know, having the stillness to have this introspection, and maybe not, I feel like it's almost like not listening to gossip. That's an interesting thought. And instead listening to you. You know, what's your feeling on this? Okay, these are general, so this may or may not resonate, but that's the sense I've got with these cards. All right, so what will help you, Aries? What will help Aries this week? Ace of Swords. Ooh, here. Okay. The Hanged Man. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune came out again. This time upright. Okay, love that. Four of Pentacles in reverse. So what's going to help? We've got the Ace of Swords, a new way of thinking, a lot of clarity, new ideas, new ways of looking at things, because you've also got the Hanged Man with it. Now, the Hanged Man says, you know, this is a looking at things from different perspectives, taking the time to consider things from all angles, all perspectives. And in that process, it's like, you know, almost that expression of putting yourself in the other person's shoes to see the other side of this, to see what the other perspectives of this are. Because it's like you then get to let go of something. The Four of Pentacles in reverse as a helper card says, you know, maybe you've been holding on to something here, Aries, and only you know whether you, with your free will, whether you want to keep holding on to that or whether you're okay to let it go. Because the Wheel of Fortune says there's a new opportunity here. There's a whole new energy coming in that feels very positive. Wheel of Fortune is a great card. All right, I'm just going to close your reading out, Aries, with a message from Spirit. Now, the card that turned is the Two of Pentacles, and the card that shot out there is the Eight of Swords. Yeah. The Eight of Swords is when we can get a little bit caught up in our heads, and in the process of that and the conflict of that, we can sometimes not have the clarity to see what the choice is that we need to make. So when we get that Eight of Swords as a helper energy, it says it's good to get all the information, get the facts. Again, there's that sense of not listening to the gossip, but getting the facts. And the Two of Pentacles says this has you on your toes a little bit, but you manage it, you navigate it. Because when you get the facts, it frees up your thinking and it lets you have this clarity that you've got with the Ace of Swords. And the Two of Pentacles says as much as this might have you on your toes a little bit, you can handle it. You deal with it. All right, that's what I can see in the cards this week, Aries. I hope you have a beautiful week. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.